Hey guys, so I finally fixed my compressor. I've done a lot of modifications to it over the last couple of years. Well, maybe a year. But the biggest problem I've had is that this little guy over here doesn't seem to want to work properly. This is the relay and the overload controller. I'll show you. It'll run for a few seconds and it'll shut off. And then if I give it another few seconds, it'll turn on again and it'll come off. So, I've always kind of suspected it was this guy. I've tried fixing it by putting a little bit of lubricant in it. Didn't do anything at all. I always thought it was the little switch inside of here. There's like a point switch. Actually, it's no, I don't have one. Oh, the little switch inside there is basically exactly the same as these. There's 2 points, and they make contact, and they cause the secondary coil to come on and start the machine up. That still could be a problem, and I may end up just replacing this whole unit. But what I think the problem is that the secondary winding is shorted out inside the compressor. So you get that, oh no, there's not enough amperage, shut off before I blow something up. What I've done is the blue wire and the red wire. The blue wire is going to stay, the red wire is not going to stay. But what I've done, and it's off yet, I have taken and I've shorted out the overload thermal protector down at the bottom. So now it just stays on. I don't actually think anything's wrong with that. You can see it in there. It's just this round piece right here. I don't think anything's actually wrong with that. What I think is the case is that that's doing its job, but because the winding on the inside of the compressor is damaged or shorted, it's causing a very high amperage spike in order to get this thing to start up. So it's shutting everything off. So what I'm going to do is put in a bypass switch, because I don't want that on all the time. I do want the protection. There's been a couple cases where I've been using this in the summer in the really hot days, and it's shut off just because it's too hot. You put your hand on there and you burn yourself. So I still want that protection on there. So what I'm going to do is I've taken the switch off of my old pressure switch. Just mounted it on something temporary. I'll make this more permanent in the summer, but at the moment I don't want to weld anything on this, and glue wouldn't hold for very long. But all it's going to do is just going to sit in there, and then what will happen is this will be hooked up. This will be hooked up here. I can't stretch it out at the moment with just one hand. Actually, we'll do it this way instead. You go on there. That should work. And then that goes on to there. So now what I've done is I haven't disrupted any of the electricity in this already. What I've done is simply taken the wire from the top. Let me get a better view of this actually. There we go. Simply taken a wire from the top, ran it through my switch, and back to the bottom. And right now the switch is off. The switch is still off. Is it going to shut itself off? No, it's warmed up to the point where it's not going to shut off anymore. But I still have control over that bypass. So, now all I got to do is make it permanent, and I'll be back in a second to show you how it looks. So I got it all back attached. You can see there, it's just a kind of a mess of wire, but it's fine. Got the switch. So apparently this process works a little too well. I got it all set up, and then I tested it a few times to make sure it would work so I wasn't screwing around during the video. And then I couldn't get the compressor to cycle off. Like it would cycle on, run for 10 seconds, but it wouldn't shut off again. So I gave it about 20 minutes and it's back to where it should be. So switch is off. This one goes on. And then that one goes on. And let's see. Yep. Oh, and there we go. It's might run continuously now. So it just needs those few seconds to build up a little bit of heat. Get everything running at full speed. And it'll work. I'm sitting at about 20 psi right now. And that was just from the testing earlier. It's actually running not too bad. It's almost up to 25 psi. So, any questions about that? Let me know and I'll try to answer that as best as I can. And you guys have yourselves a good day.